Willie Nelson is more than a country music icon. He is a living testament to endurance, truth, and raw humanity. His voice, unmistakable and weathered, carries the weight of a life shaped by hardship, loss, and unwavering authenticity. From timeless songs like Always on My Mind and On the Road Again to his role in reshaping country music's identity, Nelson's legacy stretches far beyond fame. Beneath the awards and recognition lies a deeply personal story, one marked by abandonment, survival, and resilience. Now in his later years, his journey stands as a powerful reminder of what it means to persist when life offers no guarantees. Roots in hardship. Born on April 29, 1933, during the Great Depression, Willie Nelson entered a world already defined by scarcity and uncertainty. His early life in Abbott, Texas, was shaped by forces beyond his control. His parents, young and struggling, left him and his sister Bobby to be raised by their grandparents. This separation left a lasting imprint, creating a quiet emptiness that would later echo through his music. In a home where resources were limited, every moment was defined by necessity. Love existed, but it was expressed through survival rather than comfort, teaching him early that stability was never promised. The silence of abandonment. The absence of his parents created a silence that followed Nelson throughout his life. It was not loud or dramatic, but persistent and deeply rooted. His sister became his emotional anchor, offering small comforts in a world that often felt uncertain. Nights were especially heavy, filled with questions that had no answers. This sense of abandonment did not fade with time. Instead, it transformed into a quiet understanding that people could leave without warning. That realization would later shape the emotional depth of his songwriting, giving his music a sense of longing that listeners could feel, but not always explain. A guitar and a beginning. In the midst of hardship, a single moment changed the course of his life. His grandfather placed a guitar in his hands, not as a luxury, but as something to hold on to. There were no formal lessons, only encouragement to follow what he felt. The sounds that emerged were imperfect, but they carried something genuine. Music became more than an activity. It became a lifeline. Through those early notes, Nelson discovered a way to express what words could not. The guitar offered him stability in a world that constantly shifted, becoming a companion that would remain with him through every stage of life. Confronting loss. Early. At just 6 years old, Nelson experienced a profound moment that would stay with him forever. Standing beside his grandfather's bed, he listened to each fragile breath, counting them as if doing so could keep him alive. The inevitability of loss became real in that moment, not as an abstract concept, but as something immediate and irreversible. When the breathing stopped, it left behind more than grief. It left a deeper understanding of life's fragility. This experience reinforced a truth he had already begun to learn, that nothing and no one was guaranteed to stay. Childhood shaped by labor. By the age of 7, Nelson was already working in cotton fields, his small hands enduring conditions far beyond his years. The Texas sun was unforgiving, and the labor was relentless. Hunger was not occasional. It was constant, an unspoken presence in his daily life. He took on whatever work he could find, not out of ambition, but necessity. These experiences stripped away the innocence of childhood, replacing it with resilience. Each day became about survival, about pushing forward even when there was little reason to believe things would improve. Music as escape and expression. Despite the hardships, music remained a constant refuge. As a young boy, Nelson began performing in small bars, singing to audiences that often barely noticed him, yet he continued, not for applause but for the relief it brought. Singing allowed him to release the emotions he carried, turning silence into sound. By the age of 9, he was already part of a band, holding on to each opportunity as if it were essential to his existence. Music gave him a sense of identity, a way to be seen in a world where he often felt invisible. Struggles in early adulthood. As Nelson grew older, the challenges did not disappear. They evolved. He took on countless jobs, from manual labor to selling goods door to door, doing whatever was necessary to survive. Even as he pursued music, success remained elusive. The industry often rejected him, labeling his style as too unconventional. These rejections could have ended his career before it truly began, but instead, they strengthened his resolve. He continued writing and performing, holding on to the belief that authenticity mattered more than acceptance. Breaking the rules of country music. In his late 30s, Nelson made a defining decision. He walked away from the expectations of Nashville. Returning to Texas, he embraced a different path, one that allowed him to be fully himself. In Austin's unique cultural environment, he found the freedom to experiment and create without compromise. Albums like Shotgun Willie and Red-Headed Stranger redefined what country music could be. By rejecting traditional norms, he became a central figure in the outlaw country movement, proving that success did not require conformity. Loss, debt, and resilience. Even after achieving fame, Nelson's life was far from stable. In 1990, he faced a devastating financial crisis when he was hit with a massive tax bill. The government seized many of his possessions, leaving him with little more than his music and his iconic guitar. Rather than giving up, he responded in the only way he knew how, by creating. He recorded the IRS tapes, Who Will Buy My Memories, using his art to rebuild what had been lost. Slowly, he recovered, demonstrating once again that resilience was at the core of who he was. A legacy. Still unfolding today, Willie Nelson stands not just as a legend, but as a symbol of perseverance. His journey is not defined by success alone, but by the countless moments where he could have stopped and chose not to. Through decades of music, activism, and quiet generosity, he has remained true to himself. His voice, though aged, still carries the same honesty that first set him apart. As time continues to move forward, his story reminds us that true greatness is not about avoiding hardship, but about enduring it with authenticity and grace. Conclusion: the man behind the music. Willie Nelson's life is a story of survival, shaped by loss, resilience, and an unyielding commitment to truth. Behind every song lies a history of struggle that gives his music its depth and meaning. He did not simply create art, he lived it. As audiences continue to listen and connect with his work, they are not just hearing melodies, but the echoes of a life that refused to give in. His legacy is not only in what he achieved, but in how he endured, offering a timeless reminder that even in the face of hardship, it is possible to keep going.